Big Oil just reported its profits, record profits. Last year they made $200 billion in the midst of a global energy crisis. I think it's outrageous. Why? They invested too little of that profit to increase domestic production. And when I talk to a couple of them, they say, we're afraid you're going to shut down all the oil wells, all the oil refineries anyway, so why should we invest in them? I said, we're going to need oil for at least another decade. And that's going to exceed and beyond that. We're going to need it.
Okay, but everyone just, as you could hear, audibly laughed. I said, we're going to need oil for at least another decade.
Yeah. Invest.
Oh, you won't throw all those billions of dollars in to invest in something that would take, well, I mean, it only takes 9 years from the time that you start looking, to start drilling, to start setting up, to getting all the permits and everything. Why don't you just put all that money into that?
That's why McCarthy.
I love everyone laughed.
Yeah, it's so good.
Let's see, you got a little bit more here.
Production. If they had, in fact, invested in the production to keep gas prices down, instead, they used the record profits to buy back their own stock, rewarding their CEOs and shareholders. Corporations ought to do the right thing. That's why I propose we quadruple the tax on corporate stock buybacks and encourage long-term investments.
Encourage long-term investments.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to shut them down.
You can't. You literally can't tell them.
Oh, it's so insane.
It is.
You
This
know?
is what it feels like to be gaslit.
I know he's going to be dead in a decade. So to him, when he's like, we're going to need oil for at least another decade.
He meant I'm going to need oil for at least another decade.
I'll be long gone in a decade. But you guys got to invest in something you know is going away. Imagine that proposal, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're on Shark Tank, right? And you're going to try to get some investors' money. You know, you're like, I got this great idea to invest in these oil refineries. The return on your investment is going to be great for 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, that 10 years total, and you're talking, you got to go through the whole process of the drilling, the permits, everything.
When they start asking you about the numbers and you're like, well, we're not profitable yet. It's like, well, why not? It's like, well, we're still scouting locations.
Mm.
Well, when do you plan on having a location? Oh, you know, like within a year, we'll have another location.
We're waiting on email back from USGS right now.
Right. And then you're like, well, when can you start drilling? Oh, well, that'll be like 8 years from now.
Yeah.
Oh, and
then that's on back order.
How long can we drill for? About a year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so we can only make money for 1 year? But you want me to give you $50 billion?
Yeah. Checks out.
So am I
Mm-hmm.
going to make any money? Oh, no, you're not going to make any. But I'm pitching you to do the right thing, investor.
This is to help people. It's your job to help people survive while we destroy your industry and move into a different industry.
Yeah.
That's paying us more money right now.
Yeah. Of course they're going to buy back their stock. That way the investors get their money back that they've already invested. So they're trying to get their money back. So then they can take their money and probably move it into something else that's probably going to last a lot longer. That's why they want to take their money and put it somewhere else.
I have to say, annoyingly, one more time, when they say shareholders, like that's everyone. That's anyone with a retirement. Anyone who has anything in retirement right now. That's including people with unions. You know, unions are always having such a hard time actually making the money they're supposed to. Well, there's some of these shareholders that get paid off when these things happen and these companies help boost their stock. That's one of the things that happens.
Mm-hmm. Your pension plan,
Any of your pensions,
401ks,
all of that.
All of that's invested in the market.